Not a big surprise, but the cost of living continues to be the _1 financial concern for Canadians, with many families struggling to keep up with everyday essentials like housing, groceries, utilities, and personal finance.
Financial expert Rubina Ahmed Haq joins us this morning to explain how life insurance can provide stability and protection when budgets are already stretched to the limit. And Rubina, you deal with personal finances every day. What are you hearing when it comes to rising costs?
So we are stretched to the limit. Many families are saying that it only would take a couple of hundreds of dollars to get them into the red, where they would not be able to afford their day-to-day bills. They wouldn't be able to afford their rent. They wouldn't be able to save anything for the future or pay down debt. So that really means that we have to have a plan in place to deal with loss of income, or if someone was to pass away, how you would deal with that money that would be coming in that no longer is arriving. Because if you're only a few $100 away from being in financial disaster, you need to have some guardrails there to protect yourself in an emergency.
All right, one of those ways you can protect yourself, you say, is life insurance. That could really help Canadians protect loved ones financially by leaving a payout after somebody dies, and perhaps that's more important than ever when there's also a cost of living crisis.
Absolutely. So you can imagine if someone passes away and they're the breadwinner and they don't have any life insurance, how would you come up with all the money to pay for all the things that are costing more and more? Life insurance can solve part of that problem. The payout comes tax-free. It comes quicker than assets that may need to be dispersed later on. So the money is available much more quicker than compared to other ways where you would get an inheritance or other cash value, and so that you can still pay for your rent and your housing and your groceries. And also looking at the fact that these things are getting more and more expensive, you're not as worried about the cost of living because you've got this money guaranteed coming in.
Well, and as you point out, one of the biggest fears for families is losing income. So how does, if you can explain it a little further, how does life insurance help protect against that?
So life insurance can protect you while you're alive as well. So if you were diagnosed with a terminal illness, if your claim is approved, it can actually help you even while you are still alive. And that money can come in to help pay the bills. It can help pay for your rent. It can even help you just take time off to take care of a loved one. Or if the person has passed away, it can help you take time off in order to grieve and just go through the process of losing a loved one, which oftentimes we're not ready to go back to work right away. So one of the ways you can get life insurance even later in life is through Seniors Choice. You can get up to $250,000 of coverage, and this money is money that will be guaranteed for your family when you pass away. And a lot of individuals think, I'm too old to get life insurance. I didn't get it in my 20s. Seniors Choice really targets those over 40 years old. So it's something to check out just as another way of making sure that your family is financially safe.
Yeah. Let's also talk about housing here for a second, because that is the largest expense for a lot of Canadians, and life insurance can actually help families stay in their homes even if the policy holder passes?
Absolutely, because then all of a sudden you've got the money to continue to live the life that you were living before that person passed away. Now, we just got inflation data in. It's at 3.2%, showing that life is getting more expensive for Canadians. And so that doesn't change after someone passes. You're still going to be dealing with the cost of living crisis. You're still going to be dealing with those higher prices. So not having income come in is only going to exacerbate that problem. So having that life insurance policy that will pay you out quickly is going to help you get through that time until you find out what your new normal looks like, whether it's you can afford to stay in your home, whether you downsize because you don't need as big of a home anymore. That decision you can make in time rather than making it in an emergency situation and perhaps making the wrong decision.
Okay, before we let you go, can we talk about the costs?
Absolutely. So, like I said, Seniors Choice, for example, will give you up to $250,000 of coverage. And for some individuals, for an example, someone who's 50, 51 years old, female, non-smoker, you're looking at premiums as low as $14 a month, just over $14 a month. And that would give you coverage till about $20,000. And so these are things that you need to talk to the insurance experts to make sure that you are getting the premium that you can afford, getting the coverage that your family would need if you were to pass away, but really highlighting the point that it's not something that is going to break your budget. It's something that oftentimes individuals are surprised with how affordable those premiums can be.
All right, some great advice and information as always. Rubina, great to see you as always as well.
Yeah,
Thank
great
you.
to see you too. Thanks.
This portion of the morning show is brought to you by Seniors Choice. Visit seniorschoice.ca/TMS to learn more.